So I'm going to share with you today some sunset images and also a video of a boat that was some 30 miles away. Now, first I want to show you a series of images. This is from the P900. I'm going to start with number 2883. Now it says on the image and the file that it was taken at 1838. And all the subsequent ones were 1838, 1839, 1840, etc. However, that's not true. It would appear that my camera is not set and it's an hour out, basically. For instance, if we look at the 24th of February in Whitehaven, it tells us that the sunset was actually at 5:41 p.m. and yet when we look at the images, it says that they were taken an hour after that, which obviously is impossible. But what it's basically just showing here is that my camera is an hour out or an hour forward. So here we have, I've opened up 2883. I'm just going to flick through some of these images to show you. As you can see, this is the sunset at St. Bees. I'll just any one of these, I'll just right click properties, and it should say this was taken at 1839. Well, of course we know the sun was an hour gone by then, so that's clearly not correct. So we're an hour out on the camera. Obviously there's the GPS, etc, etc. But yeah, some beautiful shots of the sunset. And also we had some crazy skies after that, which were very beautiful to film. This is just after sunset. Anyway, the reason I needed to show you these images was just to show that the camera itself is an hour out. So next I'm going to show you a couple of images and a video that I took from St. Bees. It was on an earlier date. Get the properties and tell you the date itself, which would have been the 5th of February 2018. Now then, it says that it was taken at 10:05, right? If we go to the details, 10:05, 5th of the 2nd 2018, 10:05. Same with this video here, properties, details. Date modified, so obviously when the video finished recording, it would have been 10:14. So obviously that's 9:14. My camera is an hour out. 10:14, obviously an image. And anyway, I'll show you the two images first. This is an image of a boat I saw in the distance. And again, this is another image of the boat, same boat that I saw in the distance. Actually, no, this is a different boat. This was a second boat with it was actually a fishing boat because it had the birds flying around it, obviously waiting for the catch to be pulled in. The first boat had none of these birds flying around it, so obviously it wasn't a fishing boat. Just show you a couple more images. There we go. This is from when I was actually much lower down on the sands looking at these boats. Obviously there's an image of the Isle of Man. Anyway, so now that I've cleared up the time discrepancy on these particular images, my camera is an hour out, an hour forward. You'll actually hear when we play the video, because I do ask the time to Anthony, and he gives a time of 9:07, I believe, on this video. The length of the video is nearly 9 minutes long, and it's probably a minute or so in when I actually ask him the time. So it's all consistent with him, and the camera was an hour out, and clearly, you know, everything else should be accurate now. So at 9:20 AM on the 5th of the 2nd, 2018, the Sea-Jack Scalia sent a GPS recording of its exact location, and that was just to the side of the Walney wind farms. Here are some images of what the Sea-Jack Scalia looks like. As you can see, it has 4 very long towers, very prominent, very high, very thin, and very easily identifiable. And you'll get to see that this is exactly what we're looking at. And basically, this is what you're going to see on the video, which for the most part is unedited. I just took the first 20 or 30 seconds or so off the video because it didn't show much. But for the remainder, I just let it play out. So you can watch it as it happened, and as it happened on that day. And you'll also get an idea of what us flat earthers do to get these observations. So here we have the maps. This is the location where I took the video from. This is the location of where the Sea-Jack Scalia would have been moored at the time. And here we're looking at a total distance of 29 miles. The wind farms are in this location here and here. So this is the property details of DSCN 1928, which was the image taken just before the video. As you can see, it gives the latitude and longitude, and it also gives an altitude of 8.3. Now that would be 8.3 meters above actual sea level at that time, which I do not dispute for 1 minute. So when I put the elevation of 8.3 meters or 27.2 feet into Metabunk's curvature calculator, it says that the refracted hidden should be 279 feet, hidden without any refraction should be 340, and the drop around the curve of the Earth, just the drop, would be 560 feet. This is the GPS for DSCN 1930. It says that the altitude here is 1.2 meters, which again, I do not dispute. The sand is incredibly flat in this area. I was being incredibly generous when I say 20 feet. And I'm not going to argue with the 1.2 meters in altitude. That would place it around 4 feet above actual sea level at the time that I took this image. So for the second part, when I take the camera down to the sands, and I am still able to see the boat in the distance, the refracted hidden should be 396 feet, the hidden should be 470 feet, and the drop should be 560 feet.
You can still see all of it.
Yeah.
There's nothing missing on that boat. What time is it now, do you know?
Oddly, my phone survived.
Because it's just coming up to that second wind farm. We might be able to... That's actually... Yeah, we might be able to identify that boat.
9:07.
9:07. What's the date today? Don't know, what day is it? It's fucking Monday, innit? That's the coolest thing I've seen. This is where we are. Bottom of Miles Davis's steps. The caravans are up there somewhere. Yeah, you can just make out. St. Bees Head. So that boat, whatever the hell that is, it looks like it's about bloody 50 miles away. I mean, I'm probably wrong, but it looks that sort of distance, doesn't it? It's like a fishing boat, I think. Let's get the correct placement of it. So there's the wind farm, there's the second wind farm there, and it's just coming up to it. There should be another wind farm here. There we go. There's the next wind farm. Oh, there's another boat. Fuck me, that's on the horizon too. That's the big wind farm over there. And next we got Isle of Man. Ooh. Next we got Isle of Man, which is round here. Come on. Right, there's Isle of Man. So it was the first one. There was another boat there though. I hadn't seen that before. Couldn't see it with the eye, with my naked eye. There's a wind farm first. There's the new boat. And there's the other boat. So we should be able to get a distance on these. I wonder if I can see him down there though. I'm going to see how far. I'm going to go down to the sand just there. So it's probably only what, 10 feet above sea level. Just going to see if I can navigate a way down. See if I can see it from down there. Dune on the sand. Right, where the fuck is it? Where are we? Fucking hell, there it is. There's that one. Seems to be still completely visible. There's the other one. Oh, now we have the other one. It's just in that mirage line. It's not going over the curve. It's not going over the curve, people. One thing's for sure, I certainly can't see it with my eye from here. Here I am. On the sand. So I don't think there's any fucking point. I can only be at what? 20 feet or so above sea level maybe. So when we identify those boats, we're in business. Can't even bloody see where they are now. Somewhere over here. Let's see. There we go. Yo. Yeah, one sec. Crazy, crazy, crazy. So Anthony's just fallen off the bloody cliff and now he wants to go and measure.
So you have seen the video, it's not been edited, it's been shown to you exactly as it was taken at the time. There is no trickery involved, the distances are correct, the identifications of the boat is correct. Do you see any curve, or is the whole boat just a mirage? Has it been loomed up beyond the curve for us to see both the boat, the fishing boat, and the birds flying around the boat?